Alright, Grand Finals of the Corporate Esports Association Dota 2 Spring 2020 Tournament. We've got Google Cloud players versus Microsoft, Bane, and Mirana Ganks. This should be a super hype match. I'm very excited for this. We waited 2 weeks for this match because last week was Memorial Day, and let's hop into it. I mean, I think it's hard to say that Microsoft is not the favorite here. I think they were pretty much undefeated for the whole season. I think they only lost 2 games total, 1 game in the preseason, and then like 1 game against Facebook in week 8. But Google Cloud players, being a little bit of a dark horse here, they beat Facebook Wuhan Jaya, which was the other like really dominant team. So Google Cloud players, I think they're actually like 4th seed, no, they're 3rd seed up against Bane and Mirana Ganks, which is obviously the #1 seed because of their record. But Bane and Mirana Ganks, they took out Amazon in the semi-finals, last year's winners, so they have proven themselves that they've improved like a lot. I don't think I've seen Google this set of Google players play last year, but the Microsoft team has been around for a while. They've been playing together for the last like 3 years, so a lot of experience together. They team fight very well, but Google Cloud players, their mechanical execution is very good. I'm already seeing that like some of the key heroes that Google Cloud players has had a lot of success with so far have actually made it through the banning phase, right? Like I'm seeing Bane is on the table still, and so is Legion Commander. So I kind of feel like Google, maybe they should like go out the front door with their strongest picks and just try and take this game 1, or maybe they're like thinking about it from the longer term. I'm actually a little bit surprised by some of the bans here. Nyx and Faceless Void. I mean, I feel like Bane and Mirana Ganks, they hate Nyx with a passion. Like they're gonna ban Nyx every single game. That's just like what they've told me. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty. I think we just won't see this hero at all. But the AA and Faceless Void are very interesting bans here. Google Cloud players have played Faceless Void twice, and they haven't played Ancient Apparition at all. Although that being said, Microsoft, they usually have like 2 like big strategies, which is like really team fight heavy composition, or very like save / healing heavy composition like Death Volley. So AA does prevent that, and I see Necrophos was already banned. That's a big part of it, but maybe Bane and Mirana Ganks can play a Chen lineup. When we scrimmed against them, they did that a lot. And Bane coming out for Google Cloud players, very expected pick from them. I've picked Bane 5 times and won all 5 games with Bane, so you really can't go wrong, right? And you're taking like the signature hero from Microsoft's team name away from them, so you know you gotta pick the Bane now rather than later. But I haven't seen like any team be able to go up against this Bane yet. I'm curious to see what Microsoft's solution to this Bane is, because this hero is very strong and Castling plays it very well. So they're gonna start with Phoenix. Gonna start off with already a little bit of team fight going their way, and a bit of a lane dominator as well, right? This is I think they can run it pretty flexibly, but usually they play as position for Phoenix, and I guess this is like one of the heroes that might be able to like beat Bane in a lane, because Bane is pretty good at trading, but Phoenix is quite good with the fire spirits as well. But already taking some time with the second pick. Usually Microsoft picks both of their supports in the first phase, but they are second pick, so it is a bit risky to pick both of your supports now. Looks like that's what they're gonna do, so kind of like a healing. Interesting. I think they also play Oracle usually as position 4, but I guess Ultra Magnus is gonna play it Oracle today. This seems like pretty par for the course for Microsoft. It seems like every time I scrim against them, this is what they pick.
5 seconds. Hurry, hurry. Radiance.
And they're gonna go with Legion Commander. Google Cloud players starting out strong with their probably 2 most prolific heroes. They've also picked Legion Commander 5 times, and I don't think I've seen them lose a game with it. but I'm not sure about that one. I know for sure they haven't lost the game with Bane, but Diablo's Legion Commander is like probably his best hero. So just going with comfort picks, I like it a lot.
5 seconds remain.
They also did this when we played them, and we didn't really have the greatest solution. So already off the bat, they don't have any way to cancel Fiend's Grip between these two supports. So I'm not really sure what the options are. I guess they have False Promise, which is a way to deal with it. You can dispel the Fiend's Grip. We've seen like my team and Google pick techies. They tried picking up Bane against this Bane, but it didn't work out. He kind of just gets dumpstered in the lane. Bane's not a very good hero right now, I think. I've only seen like maybe Hector play it in position 1. And Phoenix at Bane lane, it doesn't really instill me with a whole lot of confidence, right? If they pick a Bane now, they're gonna have no initiation, no stuns. It's going to be a kind of a rough game. Like, sure, they'll have plenty of saves, but is it really worth it? Like, if you can't take any fights on your own terms. So I'm curious to see what Bane and Mirana Ganks' play is here. I mean, they had 2 weeks to think about this. I'm sure they've like watched replays from Google Cloud players, and it's like, you know, we gotta like if you look at like what Facebook did, they was like, we're gonna ban Bane and Legion Commander, or like pick Bane for ourselves like every game. So they had 2 weeks to prepare for this. I'm really curious to see what they've come up with. They're gonna ban Ricky. That is a hero that would be really annoying for Oracle to deal with. Just being able to get on top of Oracle and just force him to use False Promise on himself. That's really, you don't have to kill the Oracle as long as the False Promise isn't used to save another teammate. Actually, I don't think I've seen... They've only picked Oracle once, but I feel like last year, maybe I'm like biased because of last year, but they picked Oracle a lot last year. It's definitely a position 5 that's like slowly becoming more on the rise. Okay. I mean, there's like a little bit of lockdown with Underlord, but it's not really that much. They don't have any stuns, right? So they have nothing to stop this Legion Commander from like hitting people while she's dueling. Although, I guess you have the False Promise for that. You can't guarantee to like be in position for a False Promise though.
10 seconds to pick.
But this, it honestly seems like a pretty like staple Bane and Mirana Ganks draft. They're just gonna like group up around this Underlord. So I think it looks like it's gonna be the same lineup as the semi-final. So THC is gonna play the Underlord. Jug is gonna be the pickup here, and well, I can see why they picked Jug. Like, you can use the spin to dispel fire spirits, which is like a big deal during the laning phase. But also, the spin cooldown is really long at lower levels, so like it doesn't seem that great. I've also, like, when I play Bane, I hate having a Jug in my lane. It's just like, I don't have any... When you play Jug, you want to have the kill opportunity with the Blade Theory, but Bane doesn't really have a way to set up for that. Because he doesn't have any slows. You can Nightmare someone. Potentially you could like skill Enfeeble earlier and like get the magic amp, but it doesn't really make sense. Like, you probably want to say not skill Enfeeble to level 4. It doesn't seem that good, to be honest. And here's the hero they're going to group up around. Troll is the win condition here for Bane and Mirana Ganks. They do have last pick, so they can have like a tempo setting mid to make space for this Troll. But basically, I've seen this from like Nigma and OG. They just like throw heals at the Troll, and Troll just becomes this raid boss. And it kind of feels like that's the direction they're heading in. Necro is banned, unfortunately, so they can't pick that kind of mid hero, but they still have room to pick like a more active mid. I think I'd prefer to see that. Definitely someone with a stun, please. They just need like one, but maybe you won't even see that. And Google Cloud players, President P is going to play Queen of Pain. He had a lot of success with that one against Facebook. And this hero is really good right now. It's probably going to be the mid. I doubt we're going to see an offlane Quap here. Because they already have LC. It could be position for Quap. That's also up and coming. It's a big lane dominator. You're up against a Troll and Oracle. And I mean, I guess you can purge off the Shadow Strike with Fortune's End, but then you have to use it defensively. So I think I would prefer to just pick Quap to be a lane dominator, but maybe they'll pick like another flex pick as their last pick, and then like depending on what Bane and Mirana Ganks picks last, they'll just be like, all right, well who do we want to put against Microsoft's mid? So Shadow Demon's going to be the final ban here for Microsoft, and it's just, I guess Shadow Demon is a pretty good hero against Troll, right? Like you can't get rid of the demonic purge, and it slows you down so much. Basically it'll dispel any purifying flames heals, because you can't even like add new instances because it consistently purges now instead of being like a one-off instance. But Shadow Demon and Legion Commander, this is not really a lane that inspires me with much confidence. So maybe none of the heroes have like great mechanics to break. Like breaking the Underlord aura is pretty handy. I guess slowing Troll would be really nice. Maybe like it's something, maybe it's like a pointing in like what they want their mid to be. Like maybe they're playing their hand a little bit too much. I also don't think I've seen Google Cloud players play Shadow Demon at all. And that hero is not very popular right now, I would say. Who would I want to see from Microsoft to round out this draft? I kind of feel like Puck would be okay for them. It's like a fast-paced tempo setter, but my experience with Puck mid recently is that it just falls off too quickly now. And it's not very easy to beat Quap either. Ember Spear is still on the table. Oh, they banned Dazzle. Okay. I mean, that would have been a really good pick, right? Like, you can kind of sustain through Quap's bullshit. Oh, so Jakira is going to be the position for here. Jakira LC does seem like a much scarier lane. Again, you do have this Fortune's End to purge off the dual breath though. So if you like, it's AoE as well. You just like stand next to the troll and like Fortune's End yourself, and you can purge off both. So they don't have many ways to deal with the feat. I guess they do, right? They have the spin and the press the attack to get rid of the fire spirits, and also press the attack gives you attack speed. Quap has a pretty good base attack time. I think it's a little bit better than the average. I mean, do they really want to fight into the egg there? It seems like I think maybe I would have liked to see like a more mobile position 4, and then like they have the option to just ignore the egg completely. But Viper is going to be the final pickup here, so not really a hero that's very common anymore. This hero, ever since like it was bad, and then they changed Nether Toxin, and then it was good, but then they changed Nether Toxin again, and now it's bad again. And you can't catch up with like just farming camps with Nether Toxin anymore. So Viper is gonna have to win the lane, and it's pretty tough against the Quap. I'm not big on this Viper pick, but at the same time, it gives them like they can hit this timing where like Viper buys Greaves, Underlord buys Pipe, and they go together, right? Like I'm curious to see what this Viper is going to build. If it's going to be more like carry oriented or more utility oriented, and maybe they think that the troll does enough damage. But I wouldn't say that. I don't think troll necessarily can like raid boss down the enemy team. I think Viper does need to build like some DPS items. But I kind of feel like I have to give it to Google Cloud players, primarily because I haven't seen them lose with Legion and Bane before. They've shown like time and time again that this is a very strong duo, that they strong heroes that they play, and they don't have any options to stop the Fiend's grip at all other than the False Promise. So I guess the other side of things is they have nothing to get on top of Oracle with. They ban Ricky. They have no like heroes to just jump on the Oracle, force Oracle to False Promise himself. But we'll see how it goes. And game 1 of this grand final is going to begin. We've got President P on the Queen of Pain, Castling on the Bane. I think this guy, Sean said it was like Split Push King or something like that on the Jug, Transparency on the Jakiro, and Diablo on the Legion Commander. On the side of Microsoft, we got THC on the Underlord, the Morris on the Viper, Yellow on the Troll, Yuryu on the Phoenix, and Ultra Magnus on the Oracle. We're already showing off some of the Battle Pass stuff. Whatever. Can we see Battle Pass levels? You see Castling is a big pleb and not buying Battle Pass at all. And Yellow, he's gonna slowly grind his way up to level 1000. You know, like, you gotta earn it by playing a ton of games. Instead of who's got the highest level here? Diablo's got the pay to win. Oh, Morris is even more pay to win. Okay, so already some wonky stuff happening. It seems like Underlord is going top by himself, at least for the time being. I think Underlord would be okay against like Legion Commander and Jakiro. It's gonna be pretty annoying, but I think he should be able to get farm still. And they do grab the bottom runes, and Phoenix with a wraparound has Fire Spirits, pops it now. Needs to be careful not to get run out with a Blade Fury, but Jug taking a ton of damage so far. Oh, does connect. One more Fire Spirits. Yuryu with the long range snipe. Jug took a ton of damage from that trade there. Is he gonna go back to... Oh, he's gonna go top. He doesn't want to deal with the Phoenix. But, oh, okay. Wait, what's going on? Diablo's got a TP bot, so they want the Legion Commander up against Phoenix, supposedly, because of press the attack, I guess, which makes sense, but you can only press the attack one of them. The other thing is Diablo already TP'd, so if they want to change it up, they can. Jakiro's gonna TP bot now. This is gonna be the lanes for now, but I think Troll can just always go top. You don't want to try lane for Phoenix for that long either. Phoenix is very level dependent as a support. So how long is this going to last for? Oh, Qual. The Mars actually went for a level 1 Nether Toxin as well. This is pretty different. I think everyone's like maxing poison attack these days. It seems like probably the way to go. It's like, well, once you get the level 2 poison attack, it's really scary to go up against. Phoenix just gonna pull. Ooh. I guess they want to continue this tri-lane. I mean, Legion Commander doesn't do the best against tri-lane. She's very good in these like 1v1, 2v2 situations, and if you're outnumbered a bit during the lane, it can get a little bit rough. But it seems like Diablo is going to be fine, to be honest. Like, he's already got 6 last hits against Underlord's 4, and Underlord getting dove here. He's taking a lot of damage from this Blade Fury. Luckily, it's only a level 1 Blade Fury, so not going to kill the Underlord here, but taking a ton of damage so far. Oh. Morris actually gets a solo kill on President P. First blood going the way of this Viper. He's getting quite low though, so I think he's just gonna suicide after he takes the range creep. The level 1 death timers are quite long these days, and then he's just gonna suicide, and I actually not really sure it's gonna work out for him, to be honest, because what's going to happen now is this creep wave is gonna push into his tower, and then he's gonna lose the range creep, and that's a really big deal. So, was it worth it at the end of the day? That is the question. He's 300 gold ahead of the Quap. Okay, he only lost one range creep. I guess taking out the second range creep was before he died was a big deal. Bot lane. Being like Oracle and Phoenix are both pretty level dependent, I would say. Like the level 1 False Promise is also quite bad. The cast range is really short. Jakira getting jumped on. He looks like he's gonna go down here. Another Fire Spirits comes out, and Transparency, he's gonna fall. Ultra Magnus in the meantime taking a ton of damage here. But the nice slow from the Troll here. Another Fortune's End comes out. There's a long duration root. Can Troll get another root? And they get another kill. Diablo goes down. And Ultra Magnus walks out of there in one piece. I guess THC, he's level 3.5. Jug is out leveling him in a dual lane, so still doing better than LC, I guess. But Jug is definitely having a great time. 11 denies, 24 last hits. Unfortunately, denies don't give gold or experience anymore. Blink. President P is gonna take the haste rune. Can he make something happen with this, or is he just gonna go for the Viper? I think President P is gonna wait for the till he hits level 6. That's usually when the big power spike for Quap is. Before that, it's kind of hard to get solo kills. But if you go bot, there's some opportunities there. Gonna eat these poison attacks, and they do so much damage. Just 3 stacks and already at half health. And you can orb walk as well. You don't draw aggro, and haste pump now for the Quap, taking a ton of damage from these poison attacks, but they're all gonna run out now. 5-minute bounty is coming up. Castling is already on top of the bounty, so it doesn't matter. You can't take it away from him. And it's going to be 2 for 2 bounties. Phoenix, Oracle has made his way top. The spin comes out onto the Underlord. Underlord's taking a lot of damage here, but I think Jug might be in a bit of trouble. Another Mango is popped, and another Purifying Flames. Can Ultra Magnus get one more? He needs some vision, but Jug is slowly starting to heal up. I don't think they can get this, and that was an interesting firestorm to say the least. But Jug will be able to TP out of there, just TPing back to this T1 tower to pick up his Ring of Health. And going for a Battle Fury this game, it seems like they do want to take this one a little bit later. They need a... It seems like Microsoft, the timing is around like a Troll BKB, right? So we're probably gonna see, well, let's see Diffusal Blade into a BKB. It seems like Troll wants to get aggressive, right? He's not looking to farm, he's not going for a Maelstrom or his own Battle Fury, but Jug is, so Jug is not really looking to fight here. Morris, level 7 against this level 6 Quap. Let's see if Quap has a DD rune. We'll see if she's going to go bot. Seems like that's the case. And put the ward there and spots Yuru. Maybe we could get that kill. Very quick pick off on the Phoenix there, but not looking for it. Alright. This game seems kind of slowed now. Not much is happening right now. I was hoping Quap would make something happen with this DD rune. It's gonna expire soon. A ward here to spot any Quap rotations though, and Quap gonna get scouted out now. Rury's gonna show himself. Pings come out, they want to run, but Quap already blinking in. Yellow's not level 6 yet, so he doesn't have the ulti. The Sonic Blade comes out, he's gonna get blown up by the overwhelming odds. Nice rotation from President P there. Not focusing on the first target he saw as well. I think that was really important. He saw the Phoenix and it was like, no, there's bigger fish to fry, and he went for the Troll instead. Oh, keen optic for the Bane. This is the best item you could get on Bane in the T1 items. Extra cast range for eventually when he gets Fiend's Grip at level 6.
Dire's middle tower is
Also, interestingly, not going for any points in Enfeeble this early. I guess the cast range and the cooldown does get better. You normally see at least 1 point, but Troll, he just TP'd back, he just respawned, he's in so much trouble, the Omni Slash comes out now, and Yellow's gonna die again with a bounce back onto the creeps, but another lucky bounce brings him closer to the Troll. Troll was pretty screwed anyway, but a huge kill from Google there, taking out the Troll twice. Now he's gonna have to walk and shoot back to the lane, and Diablo's gonna go down at bot. He did take out the Underlord, but gonna give his life for it. Both teams going back and forth, but Viper seems to be the king here. This actually seems like a very oh okay, he did max poison attack, but he's still going for an ATOS. Their team is a little bit lacking on disables right now, especially this Quap. It's going to be able to blink everywhere, although with the ATOS should make it a little bit easier to deal with. ATOS into a Pit of Malice, into a Fortune's End seems like a really long time to get rooted for. Phoenix gonna go for an urn. I guess that's pretty normal. It's not really a spirit vessel kind of. I guess you could, like, you have pressed the attack to deal with. That heals like a pretty decent chunk, and then like there's brain sap. But Bane, he's level 6, and this is before this 10-minute mark. He could make something happen here because at nighttime you have less visibility, but it's daytime in 7 seconds. Can Bane make something happen now? He drops a ward, signaling his presence here, and it seems like not really gonna happen. Everyone on the side of wait, hang on, what are the levels like? This is crazy. Jakiro is a really high level as well. Like, he's unexpectedly level 6. But Oracle and Phoenix, they're lagging behind a little bit. They're both still level 5, and only one of them can take the tome. I would probably give it to Phoenix, but the level 1 tome isn't that good either. Diablo with a smoke up or Invis rune. He gets spotted by the outpost though, not going for the duel yet. It seems like they wanted to wait for the Bane. But Yellow's still pretty high up on the net worth chart, considering he died 2 times in a row. So it's pretty impressive that he's still up there in the net worth chart. He's above the Viper, who actually has been crushing it so far in the lane. The highest number of last hits in the game. Jug, he's well on his way to like a 13-14 minute battle fury. That is so fast. Didn't go for face boots though, but it's respectable.
Is being attacked.
What is Shakira gonna buy? Bob's going for a blade mail. I mean, it's a good. It's a very cost-efficient item on support on heroes. I think it's probably. It doesn't seem like a great Orchid game. I mean, you can Orchid the Phoenix so you can't dive or Supernova. Looks like Casting and Diablo, they're waiting for someone to show up mid so they can just Fiend's Grip them. But instead, just gonna push the wave in, put some pressure on this tower. The fort is fort is used for the side of Google. Alright, Microsoft, they want to defend this tower. There's a DD at bot, and it seems like Jakira is. Oh, Yuryu snatches it with the dive. I mean, having it on Jakiro would have been like kind of meh anyway, but bot lane, the Fiend's Grip onto the Troll Warlord, there's no follow yet, but it's a pretty long one, but the dual follow up now. Long TP in from Diablo, but he still manages to get it, and that's actually no points in the Enfeeble, but still long enough to have 2 heroes TP in, and they kill the Troll, and they deny the tower, and they get the dual victory as well. That was really good for them. There's a lot of ands, but that whole series of event was pretty smart by Google. Like, they forced 3 heroes to TP mid, and then noticed that Troll was by himself at bot. It's like, alright, we'll just go bot and kill a Troll. No one else can help him. Battle Fury is almost done on Jug. This is insanely fast. Holy crap, they're 2k ahead now on the side of Google, and it's gonna start accelerating pretty quickly for this Jug here. Already top of the net worth chart. He's gonna have a pretty fantastic game. They don't have anything to cancel BKB TP, spin TPs either, so I guess this Split Push King name is really going to show off here. THC forced to burn the Dark Rift immediately. No hesitation there. Should be fine. Alright, Atos is complete on the Morris. Maybe Microsoft can try and make a move with this. I think who can they even kill? Castling, getting in a lot of trouble here. Troll is looking for a root, but not gonna get one. The Whirling Axis is available again, so slowed down now. Seems like Castling. Oh, Corv has shown up now. He's gonna blink out and forces the Troll ulti before blinking out of there. Nice place from President P. I think Troll really needs this early on to fight. He can't really join fights. He's not really tanky enough without the ultimate. So that's a pretty big play for President P there. Underlord, what's he going for?
Radiant's middle tower is taking damage.
It seems like a Greaves kind of game. That's probably what I'm expecting. He's got the buckler as well, and finished the arcane boost. I think it's going to be Guardian Greaves. I don't really see like a reason for a pipe. It's just Jakiro. I mean, I guess Bane and Quab do a decent amount of magic damage as well, but like it's not really like an overwhelming amount. And 15 minutes. You see top lane. It's gonna be 2 for 2. Castling is going for an interesting item. At least like when I've played Bane, like when I've seen other Banes play, they all just like rush Aether Lens ASAP. But he's going for Tranquil Boots and Headdress, so I'm not really sure what's going on here. Maybe it's a personal style thing. Feeling confident he can just get good freeze grips off. I guess like there's not really a whole lot to stop him from just gripping someone for a really long time. You definitely want that Aether Lens like ASAP. They ping out the Underlord, but there's nowhere to TP to nearby. The outpost takes forever. I don't think they're gonna be able to kill this Underlord. Looks like THG is gonna do Underlord things. A Yules as the first item on Quab. Not going for an aggressive item. It changed her mind from a Blade Mail as well. That's quite interesting. There's, I guess you can get out of like Fortunes and you can't really. Oh, I guess you can get out of the root. So I guess that's like really the main thing. But does it even work? Like if you like Yules after a Pit of Malice, you're gonna get rooted again immediately. If Oracle charges up the Fortune's End, it dispels the Yule and still roots you afterwards. So I'm not really convinced by this Yule's pickup from President P, but we'll see how it goes. Gonna be going for an Axe next, and I think they do need the extra like uptime on the burst damage here. Ultra Magnus, he's in a lot of trouble. Forces the false promise on himself. The Sonic Wave comes out as well. It seems like Ultra Magnus will survive, but trading the Sonic Wave for the false promise, is that really worth it? I feel like President P there could have just hit the Oracle without the Sonic Wave and still forced it. Shadow Strike does a lot of damage. Link up next for the Legion Commander. Oh, TP top from Viper. They wanted the Bane here. He actually TPs to the low ground. It seems like Bane is pretty screwed, although the Nightmare comes out. Now the Whirling Axe's will connection. Casting looks like he's going to go down here. Not much to stop him. And the Dark Rift back to the outpost at top. Underlord wants to keep fighting, getting healed up by the Sun Ray. And Jug almost took him down, but didn't commit the Omni Slash. I think maybe he could have been able to get it if he did, but didn't want to risk it. It's a pretty long cooldown early on. He's got the level 2 Omni Slash now, so it's he's at a point where he could probably use it to win a team fight. I could be convinced that this Jug is actually an anti-evasion disguise. Battle Fury Manta. But it's a pretty good Manta game. There's a lot of roots to dispel.
Dire's bottom tower under threat.
Gold graphs. Gold seems pretty flat so far. Still a 2k advantage for Google, but they haven't made any like big moves recently. I mean, oh, Viper's going to finish the Greaves, and Underlord went for a Vlad. It's just going to be casual arcane boots. Yeah. I think I kind of expected Viper to go Greaves, but I think I would have liked to see Underlord go for like a... I guess he did go Vlad, so some other aura item, and then they want to like group up with this Troll. Troll has the Diffusal Blade done now. Looking for the BKB next, so once the BKB comes out, I think that's going to be Microsoft's timing. Jug should have the Manta Style by then. Oh, looking for the Courier, gotta kill it in one hit. And there's no Dark Rift available for a few more seconds, or 40 more seconds, still a long time. And nighttime though, they don't spot out the cut trees, and they run into the Underlord. Underlord's in so much trouble now. And Pressy attack comes out with the Omni Slash. Should be an easy duel win for Legion Commander. Sleep onto the Viper. I guess you can dispel it with Fortune's End as well. Tips coming out. Not seeing enough battle pass sounds. Where's the boing? Alright. Ultra Magnus. He seems like he's in a little bit of trouble here. The Jug's showing up now to chase him down. Forces the false promise on himself. I think he would have gotten out without that, to be honest. But gonna be safe, better safe than sorry. Troll pops his ultimate, kills the Bane. Also a Phoenix Egg here, so a ton of ultis down on the side of Microsoft. Can Google make any moves with this? It kind of seems like they still... Oh, another duel onto THC. He just respawned. They don't have the Omni Slice this time, but last hit crit finishes him off. And Jug, he's in kind of deep here. He needs to be careful. There's a Viper Strike available. He's getting slowed down a little bit, but I think a Spin TP, there's not really a whole lot to stop it. They don't have the right-click damage to kill him in this point, and he will be able to just get out of there. Just doing Juggernaut things. Oh, root onto the Quap, but using the Yules to get out of there, so Quap is probably like, that was pretty worth. Spirit Vessel almost complete on the Phoenix. And you know what, like, whenever I watch Yuru play, he just has like so much farm for some reason. Whenever I play position 4, maybe because I'm a position 5 player and I'm like too selfless, but like he always has way more farm than I would expect a position 4 to have. There's Jakiro, he's doing pretty well. He's gone for a 4-star already. Going for a Guiding Cruise, almost has the mech complete as well. Legion Commander, not really one to buy those aura items. There's a huge wave at bot, but they want this Viper kill. If they can get it, Viper's just gonna TP out of there. They have the vision here. Microsoft, their vision game it's been pretty good so far. Oh, Jug, just gonna go for a spin out of there. Nothing to really stop him with. Actually kill spell amp 14%. Where's the spell amp coming from? Alright, Link Duel onto the Troll with the Blade Mail. Troll is in a little bit of trouble. He needs the follow up here, but the Fuse Grip comes out now. The Troll ulti's pop, casting goes down instantly, but Troll's gonna take a lot of damage. The Omni Slash comes out now in yellow. He's healed back to full health thanks to his ulti plus the false promise, but he's gonna die anyway. Not able to save the Troll enough, and Ultra Magnus, another crit, not going to be enough. 35% times 2 not working out for him.
No more middle tower for Radiant.
And gone for an ag, so almost done. His troll died again though. That can't feel good. I'm still not really convinced by this Bane build. It seems like he just wants to take up. I'm curious to see what talent he's going to take. Maybe he's going to take the armor talent.
There will be screaming.
The Manta style is done. Ugh, Jug is so far ahead of the pack. Go for an Abyssal Blade next. And have those options to get rid of it's just to stun the enemies, but this game is it's kind of slow. It just seems like a typical NA game where like everyone's farming. Luckily there's no Midases. A ward gets dropped right in plain sight, but there's no sentries to de-ward yet, so we're gonna see some sentries get set out here. But Diablo going in for the duel onto Ultra Magnus, and he didn't disarm the Legion Commander. He only disarmed himself, so he's still gonna go down, but the duel victory was not quite there. Fiend's Grip comes out now onto the Phoenix. They really want this kill, and they get the kill here. And I don't know if Microsoft want to do this. There's 3v5 right now, but Legion Commander getting ridded up. He's out of mana, burnt out by the Diffusal Blade. Seems like Diablo is going to go down. A buyback on the Phoenix as well, so he's showing up again. Diablo is going to die a pretty slow and painful death here. Can they get any more? Where is the Jug? Jug is not in a position to help out right now, but he is gonna pressure this mid tier 2, and he has Omni Slash now, forcing 2 rotations away from this tower. So I don't even think they... Okay, it seems like... Wait. Oh, okay, so it seems like it's gonna be 3 heroes up here. Jug's come top now. They're just playing this perfectly on the side of Google, forcing heroes on the other side of the map, and then just turning around on the other side and outnumbering them. The Omni Slash comes down now, right onto the troll, but it bounces onto the creeps. Yellow, he's not able to get his ulti off because it's still on cooldown. The egg does go off in time, but instead, TC is gonna die. He didn't really care about the egg at all. Huge kills from Google here, 7k gold ahead now. They're just playing so well. It seems like Google is really just playing the macro game a lot better. The Basher is complete on Jug now as well, so it's going to be pretty scary. I wonder if he's going to go for the Ags before finishing the Abyssal. Not quite the case yet. Ultra Magnus gets dueled again. This time actually gives over the damage.
Invisibility.
Dire's middle tower is being attacked.
Alright, the Morris, he might get slept. There's a Fiend's Grip available. He gets slept. There's a long time for both teams to respond here. THC's gonna TP to the power, but he's quite far away. There's no Fiend's Grip follow-up, but forcing a TP and not committing to it, I mean, that's still a pretty good move. Underlord did not want to go to that side of the map. Gonna finish up a pipe next. So just gonna have that trifecta of auras of Vlad's pipe and Guardian Greaves. I mean, Crimson Guard is usually the other part of the Holy Trinity. Viper's gonna go for a Hex. So it really does seem like they're betting all of their damage output on this troll. And he's got the BKB now. Go for a Basher next, but he's still kind of far behind the Jug. Jug is 4k gold ahead of anyone else in this game. Just crushing it. He's got Omni Slash soon as well. He needs to be a bit careful, but he can just spin TP out of there. And Troll, I think he might be quite a bit out of position. Blink Duel onto the Oracle, and he gets Fiend's Gripped as well. But Troll could be in a lot of trouble. The egg goes down, but I don't think he do kill the egg in time. The just a level 1 egg, so only 5 hits. The BKB popped down, Omni Slash onto the Viper in the backline, so the Mars is in a ton of trouble, gets taken out by the Troll here, Joke here. THC goes down as well, and the Troll ulti popped. It seems like Transparency will fall here, but they will take out Yellow at the end of the day once the ulti runs out. A full team wipe for Google, and they only lost one hero. Pings for Roshan come out now. This Jug, he's so far ahead of anyone else in the game. It's absolutely ridiculous. Diablo flexing his still his platinum level Legion Commander. Level 23. Wow, that's a lot of games. This game is looking pretty rough for Microsoft, I gotta say. Like, I kind of feel like they may have been a bit overconfident, just given Google the heroes they want. And it really shows. Google, they play all these heroes really well. These blink doors have been on point. They're always on the Oracle. Bane also with like the clutch sleeps. And I'm pretty sure the last time I saw them play Jug as well, they just like completely wrecked. Right, how can Microsoft get themselves out of this situation? Finding an Orb of Destruction on Google, that's gonna be a bit rough. I think they're gonna give it to Jug because you do like, it's kind of one of those things where like, oh, I would like to buy Deso on Jug, but there's like better items, and like Orb of Destruction is basically like a poor man's Jug slash Deso slash Scotty, and LC. Could be in a lot of trouble here. He's caught out alone. The disarm from the helmet, but the first hit route will finish against on the TP. Incredible luck from Yellow there. We'll finish off the Legion Commander. 30-minute bounty raids are coming up, and they do manage to secure the outpost as well. This is a pretty good move from Microsoft, moving to the enemy jungle right before the outpost spawn. It's a very good tactical move for sure. But they lose the top tier 2 on the side for their troubles. And I mean, like, Diablo's gotta be salty as shit, dude. He was so close to getting away with the Fate's Grip onto the Troll, but Underlord's here now. He uses the Sonic Wave to try and push him away, but it's not gonna be enough. And he blew 2 ultimates for that. That was definitely an applause moment for sure. It was very close. I think if that like happened, that would have been like so tilting for Microsoft. And I guess like the good news is President P has an AG, so the Sonic Wave cooldown is pretty short, only 40 seconds. You can use it on like pretty much every wave. Close to. Jug gonna go for the Ags now. Get that Swift Slash. Is not gonna have as much downtime anymore, because even Swift Slash with Abyssal Blade is like super scary. Casting, trying to get to level 15 for that cast range talent. I mean, maybe it's because he got the Keen Optic that he doesn't feel as pressured to go for an Aether Lens, but like, it's not like, you can't say no to more cast range on Bane. Oh, Pit of Malice, the Nightmare, just gonna walk away from each other here. Oh, Viper decided to go for a blink and not straight for the Hex. I think he could have... I mean, he definitely wouldn't have had the gold for Hex by now, but I guess trying to get into a better position. Viper Strike's cast range is pretty short without Ags, so it's understandable, I guess. I don't know, it just feels like they need options. They need ways to deal with this Jug, right? They don't have the draft for it, so they need to itemize a bit better, and I feel like Hex is a good start. I don't know how much this Blink is going to do. I mean, obviously once he gets Blink Hex, it's going to be pretty useful, but until then, it seems like they're really stuck on the side of Microsoft. Phoenix isn't really a hero that does well against Jug either, although the level 2 Supernova should make a big difference this time. DLC with a Crystallis.
Radiant's bottom
That
tower
item's
under
not good
fire.
anymore. Alright. See what they can do here. They're on the high ground. They don't have any wards, but it is daytime. They're on the high ground. Nightmare onto the Underlord here. Gonna be instantly purged off. They see, oh, a Fiend's Grip on the Underlord. They still have the False Promise available if they want to use it, but the rest of the team catching up now, and goes out, and Yules onto this Troll. Is it gonna ruin the initiation? And False Promise on the Troll. Diablo is gonna get blown up here. I think this is a really bad fight to take from Google and Jug. He's got the only slash available. He's gonna use it on the Underlord now, and he's force bats into the back lines. The Ultra Magnus, he's so close to going down, but not gonna be able to commit for it. He's gonna use the spin to try and get out of there. Picked up the Blade Fury movement speed talent. Transparency, gonna drop a very weird ice path. Not gonna be able to get out of there. It was not a great start to the fight. I think they overplayed their hand a little bit on that one. I think the only way for Google to win these fights is to jump on top of the Oracle first. They tried to duel the Troll, and he just got false promised. Oh, he whiffed with a Sonic Wave? He's still gonna die anyway. But yeah, Microsoft showing some signs of life in that fight there. Definitely if Google don't start the fight properly, it's going to be kind of rough for them. Ultra Magnus has a really hard game to play. He has to deal with the Bane and the Quap and the LC. So there's a lot of ways for this Oracle to just get like shot out of the fight. And Orchid complete now for Quap. Almost got a BKB complete as well. Oh man, this Oracle's game is going to be really hard. He's going to go for an Aether Lens. Okay. I was kind of thinking like, oh, maybe he could go for like a Blink Dagger and then like be really far away and then like blink in for the save, but he's going to have the cast range talent at 15 plus an Aether Lens soon, so this False Promise cast range is going to be quite big. It's going to go up by almost 50%. It's like 40% or something. Yeah, whatever. Jug. Still crushing it. I thought he was going for an axe, but instead decided to go for a butterfly. The evasion would be quite nice. It doesn't seem like MKB is on the table for Troll right now. He's going for a Satanic, which should help with him just getting Fiend's Grip and locked down forever. Just getting some of that status resistance, and then going for a Lincoln's after. So I think this Jug has correctly read that MKB really isn't on the table for quite a while for the Troll here, so getting that evasion will be quite nice for the Jug here. Is he gonna buy out? He has the money for it. Oh wait, not quite yet. But it seems like he's gonna buy it because he bought the. Oh, yeah, he does. I know how to do maths. What is this? But now he doesn't have buyback, so he's got to be a little bit careful. But he's got this Titan Sliver now, which makes it even harder to take down this Jug. And Lord needs to be a little bit careful. Smoke up. Fiends is just gonna walk up and Fiend's Grip. Okay, he's not gonna commit for it. I think that would have been a bit questionable. He's almost got the Aether Lens complete, and once he gets that, it should be a lot more possible to make that kind of play happen. But at the same time, you don't really want to force it that hard, right? You're like, you don't have any vision of this high ground area. Oh, I mean, Quap is being really brave here. They have no vision at all, but the press the attack is forced. LT jumps in, but instantly taken out by the Troll here. The False Promise blocks the Omni Slash, and the 8 goes off just as the Omni Slash ends. Jug will be able to get out of here, but bashed by the Troll. Toss as well with a clumsy net. Nice ice path will secure their retreat. And Welling Axes does clip onto the Bane here. He's just gonna TP out. Abyssal Blade cancels the TP. Things are starting to fall apart for Google very quickly here. And they lost the fight in the mid lane, so now they can take this tower very quickly.
Radiant's middle tower is taking damage.
I think maybe like Google are pretty far ahead, but I think they're like overestimating their like ability, their like how far ahead they are here. Because like you can't just jump the troll. That's like not gonna happen. They fought here with literally zero vision. Like they had no vision at all up the high ground, and they're going up like 2 or 3 high grounds. Like what? Like up the river and then up this hill. Like it wasn't gonna work out for them. They're not so far ahead that they can win that kind of fight. Oracle now with the telescope as well. This false promise range is humongous, and it's not. He's not even level 18 yet. Spin TP out of a jug. He needs to be kind of careful now. There's an abyssal blade on the table to take it out, and Troll just gonna backdoor this tower. Why not? Oh, Illusionist Cape picked up for the jug. This is such a huge pickup for him.
Radiant's top tower is fallen.
What else do they have? Minotaur Horn? I guess, give that to the clock. Why is this Legion Commander still holding on to, like, a poor man's shield? You could give the Hammer to the LC. I think that would make sense too. President P just gonna take this, bot tower, but the trade is gonna be Roche. It doesn't seem like Google have any idea this is going on. The scan finally comes out. They should be able to get both towers, but they want to go for the base trade instead. Hex onto the Legion Commander here, and Viper's alone. This is really scrambling. Do they want to go for this? Seems like Microsoft is still in the pit. The Fiend's grip onto the Viper here. Can they turn this around? Viper, it seems like he's going to get blown up before anyone can respond. Beast has got TP back now. The Roche is quite low. Alright, they're going to go for the base. They want to commit for this. Viper's down for 84 seconds without buyback. So they should be able to get this tower at least, but Troll TPing in now. They use the Fiend's grip already, so what can they do? They use the Ice Park, but it's a little bit too early because it's a long TP. Nightmare. They're going to end very quickly here, and Google are going to be able to get out safely. They got the tier 3, they forced the glyph, but they lost the Aegis. Not quite. Oh, Abyssal Blade onto Bane. He's in a ton of trouble here. He's just trying to get saved, but Root onto Queen of Pain here. He's trying to blink out, but he gets bashed in the first hit and he dies. Oh no, that's a disaster for Google. Oh, Jug's going for it. A Orchid? Bloodthorn, maybe? I guess it's like a pretty high DPS item. Gives him that extra way to like lock people down. I kind of feel like he needs an Ags, like the Swift Slash. He needs like less downtime between fights, right? Like once he's used the Omni, this is a big problem with Jug in the late game, is like, we're just throughout the whole game, is once you use Omni Slash, you're like done, right? It's pretty hard to impact the fights afterwards. Alright, well, that definitely wasn't a great series of events, but they do have a Jakiro who is very good at pushing out waves, and Leech Commander is not bad at it either. Oh, Troll. Gets that duel. It seems like they can at least take out the first. Like, there's nowhere for anyone to TP to. Troll, he gets his ulti off in time, but the Fiend's grip comes out now. He's still invincible for a while, but he's going to lose his first life. Can they get any more? Everyone's showing up now. The Omni Slash is still available if they want to use it. Oracle is still a little bit far away. The Omni, the Abyssal Blade onto the Jug Illusion, and he's going to go for the Omni Slash onto the Troll here. Troll, the False Promise comes out now. He should be okay, but Omni Slash continues to bounce, and instead Transparency is going to be the one to die here. Forces the False Promise and the BKB and the Troll Ultimate, and they get the Aegis, so it's not the worst outcome, but they still got a pretty big gold advantage out of that. And now Jakiro is dead. That was their main D push. You're gonna use the Sonic Wave to try and clear some of the way, but there's a Siege Creep Wave. Some of them got through. The multi-shot from the tower will buy a little bit of time. They need to take out this Siege Creep with the multi-shot, but it's not gonna be enough. Okay, it will die to the tower now. This push, it seems like it's gonna end. Jakiro can macropie the next wave and buy even more time for the Bane to come up. So Microsoft, they're going for the fake back play. But Google, are they gonna fall for it? Yellow wants this Abyssal Blade onto Legion Commander here. He gets 4-star back for the Jakiro. Nice place from Transparency there. a sudden, it went from a 14k gold advantage to 9k. It's an 8k for like just a sliver of a moment. So Microsoft turning it around a little bit. This troll is pretty difficult to stop, and he doesn't even have a satanic yet. He's not capped out at all. He still has that 20%, 25% status resistance to get. Oh, is it? It's a lot, isn't it? 30% status resistance. Unfortunately, they didn't get a Titan Sliver on the side of Microsoft, but they actually have a lot of extra stuff to hit. Prince's Knife on the Troll. Oh, he's just gonna put it back. What are they gonna get? Spell Prism on the Underlord, so these Firestorms coming out pretty fast here. Oh, a level up for the Troll. Oh, he's gonna destroy buildings so quickly here. He's already got tons of attack speed, so he should be capping out at attack speed once he gets max fervor stacks. This Troll is really strong right now. I kind of feel like Google, they need to take a high ground fight, right? Like either up here or over here, but they don't want to take him on flat ground. They need some sort of advantage because this Troll is pretty scary right now. And they need to take out this Oracle. I think that's the main thing, right? But President P pushing mid.
Radiant's top tower is under siege.
He's also level 25 now with an AC complete. No buyback though. This is really scary. What do the buyback status look like? I think most heroes on the side of Google don't have buyback. It's just the only Jakiro has it on cooldown though. So that's it's a little bit spooky, to be honest. I don't have flying towers today, right? Oh, Abyssal Blade onto the Illusionist Cape Illusion. That's I've definitely fallen for that one a few times. I mean, Troll, he's 5k behind the Jug, but still, it seems like he's having more impact. Oh, Jug has an Axe now. Very close to buyback. I think you want to take this fight without it, though. And the smoke pops from Diablo. Atos. Hex. They see the Underlord. They're a little bit surrounded. They do have decent vision of this area, though, so I think they do want to fight around here. They're trying to... They're picking out the outpost. It's a good reinforcement point if they need to buy back and TP back into the fight. So I do like them securing it now. Axe is complete on Phoenix, but I don't know about this. It's some extra attacks to destroy the egg, so I don't think we'll see it in terms of like a save. It seems pretty risky if Jug is still alive. This guy is hitting really fast. 408 attack speed. They saw the Underlord. They see the Firestorm. Can they get him in time? He has a Dark Rift available. The Phase Grip comes out now. A little bit unnecessary to use both, but they will secure the dual win as well. A huge pickup. That's 80 seconds without buyback. Don't quite spot Oracle. Oracle's just going to TP out of there. Pinging for Roche, but it's not even has a chance to be back up yet. Oh, spooky. I really like that orchestra hit. It's so dramatic. Alright, Jug gonna go for his own Satanic now. I kind of feel like he's probably just gonna eat the Ags, but I would be very concerned if he doesn't save for buyback at this point. I think this is the part of the game where like everybody needs buyback, but LC, she finished a Daedalus. I don't like this at all. I think it's too risky, right? You can't make any mistakes, and especially because LC is going to be the one who starts the fight, so she's probably going to be the first one to die. Very risky plays from Diablo here. We'll see if he can make it work out. Bane gonna go for it. Bane is pretty impoverished. Oracle's gonna go for a Hex next. I mean, with all this cast range, it's gonna be quite good. And bought a gem now as well with a smoke. I guess nobody expects there to be a ward here at like 48 minutes into the game, right? It's not really a position that you want to secure. But Underlord, he steps up. Not getting greedy there. Good plays by THC. But he's gonna TP bot in. Oh, this is not. Pink's come out. They know where LC is. LC could potentially be in a bit of trouble here. They think Diablo's heading towards the wave, but she's not. Oh, Blink 2 onto Ultra Magnus here, but the Hex comes out. No, it's Phoenix save. They managed to keep the Oracle alive. Holy shit, that was so close. But now the Supernova's down. I think Google are feeling a bit confident, but LC still getting picked off here. They will get another tier 3 tower it seems, but this is really scary now. And Viper blinking in aggressively. And with the Hex, he's got a lot of like catch now. Alright, will they? No, they still get the tower with the Jug illusions. This illusionist cape illusion is so ridiculous. It's 50% damage output, and it barely looks like it takes extra damage. Bloodthorn next for the Queen of Pain. I like that Jug didn't decide to finish the Bloodthorn. I think that was... I think that Axe was definitely more important. But yeah, Diablo, he doesn't have buyback. He didn't save for it. He got caught out of position. Oh. Nightmare. I think he also gave away that there was a ward there. There's no way he had enough vision at nighttime to make that happen. And the Morris. Oh, the Fiend Script comes out though. What's going on here? Do they want to fight this? The Lotus Orb on top of the Viper. It seems like they don't really care about the Fiend Script. They're gonna let it rip, and it does end. But in the meantime, the Omni Slash not coming out quite yet. Another Hex onto the Jug. He's in a lot of trouble. He's gonna die. He needs to fight back if they want to save this Roche fight. And Roche is up. It's a Refresher Orb. Oh, this is so scary for Google now. They're still 8k gold ahead, but like Microsoft, they're really taking these team fights. Killing this Oracle is so important. That was also a bit questionable. I don't know why they forced Castling forced that so hard. Like he could have just backed off and like gotten the other bounty rune, because his team wasn't really there to back him up with the Fiend Script, and you don't know where Oracle is. So I think that was pretty questionable. This ward has done so much work for Microsoft. It's actually crazy. Looking forward from LC is looking for the kills, but not going to be able to get it. And there's going to be an Aegis Cheese Refresher marching down mid lane. The siege creeps are here as well. There's no fort available for Google for 2 minutes and 40 seconds. It seems like they used an offensive fort the last time they pushed, and Chwap didn't get bashed at least this time, so that's pretty nice for her. At the Underlord Dark Rift, using it offensively, so they can't use it defensively to get out of here, but Jug's still down for 14 seconds. The root comes out, another root comes out from the Oracle here. Troll's taking a lot of damage from all this harass. There's like, there's a false Fate's Edict and stuff like that. Like, Ace Scotty's doing a lot of work from Quap here, and Troll loses his first life. They didn't even commit hard for it. In the meantime, Diablo's in the backline, forces the Phoenix egg out to save the Oracle again, but there's a refresher on the Phoenix now. So can they continue to do this? The Troll ulti's popping out. Troll, he needs to be careful. There's still a false promise available if they need to use it. And another Supernova. The Omni Slash comes out now. Onto the backlines. He's on top of the Oracle. He needs to kill the Oracle. They get the Oracle without getting any false promises off. Buys back immediately, but the outpost is so far away. Uses the Supernova to save the Viper from the Fiend's grip. And in the meantime, Troll going ham on the backline. for the time being, but can they finish him off? Another swift shot comes out, but he gets dodged by the Abyssal Blade. BKB popped again by the Troll Warlord, and now there's nothing to stop him. Chug is completely out of mana. He needs to get out of there. He's dead. He needs to buy back immediately if they want to stay in this game. Cop and Jug both buy back now, and Microsoft, they need to get out of here. They do have the Dark Rift available, but they need to keep Underlord under control. The Swift Slash comes out, and Underlord, he might die. Another Ice Path, great Ice Path from Jakiro here, and Underlord, they need to kill him before he Dark Rifts out. The False Promise comes out, and they will be able to get out of here in one piece with the Dark Rift. They can't kill the Underlord. Microsoft, they're doing it. They're 6k gold ahead now. This is crazy. This Phoenix Ags has worked out so well for them. He's already saved 3 people. This is insane. And Oracle, gotta go for a Lincoln's as well. Makes it so you can't really duel the Oracle anymore either. It's such smart itemization. Google, I feel like they've kind of hit a brick wall. It doesn't seem like they have damage issues. Like they have more, if they can actually like, you know, hit people, they have more than enough damage. But the problem is like, there's so much save going on. There's Oracle and Phoenix now. And like this Pit of Malice is really annoying now as well. He did take the Firestorm damage talent. Maybe like THC feels like they might need to siege like another lane of frags, because they did blow everything for it. Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher. I think they used the Cheese. So it was not an easy push for Microsoft either, even though they convincingly came out ahead by the end of it. Right. T5 items, they're coming up soon. 5 more minutes, and we'll see some really crazy shit going on. I'm excited to see a Ballista for Queen of Pain. I think that would be really good. She has no items right now? Oh, going for an enchanted... Oh, no, Minotaur Horn. That makes sense. Bloodthorn complete now. No buybacks. And Facebook... I think Microsoft still have most of their buybacks. They only use the Oracle's buyback, and they're already marching at the high ground again. Transparency, he's gonna try and delay this as much as possible, I think. An offensive fort to keep the creep wave alive. I'd like to see Transparency use the Macropide to try and kill the wave, at least to keep the tower alive, but it's too late now, the tower's dead. And in the meantime, LC trying to split push top. Underlord is here, but he can always Dark Rift towards the fight, and they really need this LC to start the fights for them on this side of the map. LC, he's not going to be able to get out of here, it seems. The Dark Rift comes in now, but LC, she's free to go high ground if she wants, but instead, they're going to go for it. The Morris gets saved by another Supernova, but instead, the Spin TP, they're going to kill both heroes. The egg is dead, and the Fiends grab onto the troll. A full team wipe for Google. Ultra kill for Jug. Holy shit. Viper immediately buys back there. Needs to make sure this range Rax isn't going to get taken, but it's going to go down. Buyback now on the Underlord. I think they at the very least, they want to stop the troll from buying back. Like, but can they do that? Oracle's dead for 70 seconds as well. This is a pretty big problem for them. Omni Slash is not available. Jug has a Rapier. Oh, maybe that's how they won the last fight. Trolls forced to buy back now. There's no Fiend's Grip right now. They're kind of low on ultimates. Roach is potentially up in a minute and a half. Alright, it seems like they just want to do some lane maintenance. They got the top racks. Oh, they dropped. There's a gem on the ground. And a nice Ops Ward right next to the gem, so when you pick it up, you will be able to see it. And Jakiro still has tangos in his inventory. Oh, look at this, very convenient. That ward gave 329 gold. Holy crap. Alright. Google, can they close this out? The Rapier is on Jug. It's go time. They have Omni Slash in 40 seconds. believe they took out that Phoenix egg. So what did he sell? He just decided not to go for Satanic. Okay. And a Moonshard queued up. I think this is... You might as well go all in at this point. If you have a Rapier, there's not really much point in saying for buyback, right? He doesn't have it for 3 minutes anyway. The pings come out. What's happening? They want Rosh. Rosh is potentially up in 30 seconds. Another smoke comes out, and Microsoft... I mean, if they took the timer, they should know it's up soon, but it seems like they want to pick off. They're trying to invade the enemy jungle. A scan comes out. Google have an idea this is happening, but they don't know which angle they're approaching from. So they're just gonna stay huddled in their base. They don't have any obs. They have an obs ward now. I think this illusionist illusion is like doing a lot of work when it comes to scouting for them. Google just being very patient here, staying in the base. The smoke is run out now. Microsoft have shown themselves. Their Roche is up in 40 seconds. Okay, they need to make something happen now on Google. They don't have any smokes left. Oh, they have 3. They have so many smokes. All right. Okay. Well, they know where Microsoft is now. And so, okay. This next rush is going to be everything on the book. Aegis, Cheese, Refresher, and Ags. And this is going to decide the game, but 60 minutes is coming up. The T5 items will arrive soon. They want to get this outpost. Quap is almost level 30. So is the Jug. Let's see who else. Troll's almost level 30 as well. So I think the Troll level 30 is going to be... It's going to be a bit meh. But the Quap level 30 is really good. 3 Lincolns and also spell steal cooldown reduction, some extra survivability. Jug's level 20 is also pretty decent. It's going to have a lot of extra health, so he's not going to get blown up as quickly. But 60 minutes has approached, and who's going to go for the T5 items first? Ex Machina for Microsoft. Apex as well. Oh, Apex on the Troll seems pretty good. I don't know, Woodland Striders. Honestly, I think that's one of the worst ones, but Microsoft, they're busy getting their T5 items, while Google is trying to make a play. Roche is up though, but they don't have any vision. This is really scary, but they're all still smoked, so Microsoft, they don't have any idea this is happening, and it's going down very quickly. This could be such a huge pickup for Google if they can get it, and it seems like it's going to go pretty uncontested. Jug, he's going to pick up the Aegis. Who's going to take the Ags? Maybe... Did I just... Okay, wait, what? I think LC should take the Ags. Because that way, if she duels the Phoenix or the Oracle, no one else can contest. Okay, LC's gonna take the Ags. But they don't have any T5 items. Trident is going to be the final item. Man, they did not get good T5 items on the side of Microsoft. Some RNG going to play. I think Apex is pretty good. They don't have anyone to build a Trident with. I think like Troll didn't go for S and Y this game, but it could have been really nice because it basically makes the status resistance insane. Ex Machina on the Phoenix, so a double hex going to come out here. For this Phoenix. It's going to be quite big, and also 20 armor is nothing to scoff at. Google, they're going to go for their T5 items now. They get an Apex as well. I kind of feel like you still want the Illusionist Cape. They're going to keep the Apex onto LC because 75 strength is insane. Stygian Desolate. Oh, okay. Alright, Jug's gonna drop the Illusionist Cape. He's gonna get the Deso. I think this is pretty ballsy, but I like it. And they have one more item to get. They probably don't want to Trident either. I think Force Boots on like Bane would be quite nice. Or Jakira. Jakira has nothing for some reason. Yeah, I think Force Boots is definitely the way. He's gonna pick up the Woodland Strider, so you do get a ton of move speed from this. He's pretty much at max move speed, and the trees, they do block vision. You know, like it's not too crazy. And the other thing is you can set up ice paths from the trees now. It can be something that you don't really expect, right? But it does seem like Microsoft are gearing up to hurdle a little bit. There's still one more T5 item that they're missing on the side of. Oh, nice! Getting with the Oracle Awakens blocks the duel, and Diablo, he's in a ton of trouble. He's in so deep. The BKB runs out now, and he's gonna go down very quickly here. He gets into some off control, but he's gonna be the first one to fall. There's an Omni Slash coming out, and it's hit pretty deep. And Chunk is doing so much damage here. Gets a Swift Slash off as well. There's nothing going to finish anyone. Ultra Magnus gets taken down. No buyback on the Underlord or the Oracle. And Fiend's Grip onto the controls in so much trouble. He manages to use the strong Dispel from the level 25 talent to take off the Fiend's Grip. So that is a big problem for the Bane, but he's got another Swift Slash available. But then the Abyssal Blade will finish off the Jug for the time being, but it's his first life. Buyback now on the Quap as well, and they do have another Swift Strike available if they want to go for it. There's no Lotus Orbs anymore. Alright, they're just gonna spit TP out of there. Jug, he's going for his own BKB. I mean, if Underlord and Oracle haven't bought back, they should know there's no buyback. This is too poor, and it's on cooldown for 30 seconds. Can he get any more out of this? Omni Slash is back up, and he goes for a refresher Omni Slash onto the Troll here, and Troll's dead. There's no buyback for 125 seconds. He has buyback in 30 seconds, but Buyback's dead too. Buyback has buyback now. Needs to buyback immediately. This space is going down so quickly, and Google, they're gonna do it. GG is called. Game 1 going the way of Google. That was insane. Holy crap. I think wow, Google were just like, they made so many good plays in the early mid game. They got a nice lead, but I think Microsoft also did a pretty good job to like try and bring it back towards their favor. They made some very big plays, but Google just able to clutch it out. They just had like better macro level decisions, and also like Jug was so big. This Bane was really hard to deal with. I think Ultra Magnus just had like a really difficult game to play. Like he just needed to stay alive, but there was so much bullshit he had to deal with. I think for game number 2, Microsoft they should think about like banning some of these heroes. They basically let Google get like every single hero they wanted. Literally like LC, Jug, Bane, Quap. Like I've seen this lineup before, and this shows why they picked it. It's so good. Anyway, game 2 will start in a little bit. We'll see. I think everyone needs to take a break from that game. That was pretty intense. But we'll be back soon.